Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're from. Welcome, welcome. Right now in real time, it's Monday, June the 24th, 2024. And welcome. I'm Christy Darty. If you've never met me before, I teach hand lettering and doodling, and I love tying in my faith with it. And so on Mondays at noon for the last 4 years, I think, or ish, we've been doing Devos and Doodles. And so at noon, I pop on here every Monday and Central Time and go live. We share a little devotional. Hi, Eileen. And then do a little bit of lettering or doodling. And so would love to have you set a reminder on your whatever device that helps you remember things. Like I have it on when I want to remember something, y'all. I set an alarm, like a alarm that makes a noise, because if it's just a pop-up text, I don't want to even pay attention. So I'm so are y'all so used to getting these pop-up like reminders and messages and all kinds of things that you just, if a pop-up comes on my computer, I just click out and I'm like, wait, what did I just click out of? Because I'm so used to doing that. Anybody else? I do that all the time. So set a reminder. Hi, Debbie, April. Welcome. Good morning. Y'all, guess what we did this weekend? It was a big celebration at my house. Big celebration. Can anybody guess what the celebration was? And tell me in the comments if you celebrated anything this weekend or if you did something special. Did y'all get out? It was hot. Yesterday we went to eat dinner, and at 5 o'clock it was 94. I was like, it was 5:30 actually. I was like, Eileen's been watching my social media. She's been watching my probably my Instagram stories or Facebook stories. But yes, little Twiggy had a birthday, and I'm going to show you a little video clip in a minute in case some of you missed it, because any chance to show off my baby. I'm going to do it. I even showed someone at the pool this morning. Did you, Jeannie? Did you see that? Did you see me show him? Yeah. There's a so Jenny and I swim. I'm just getting back into it. She's been so diligent, but Jenny's my assistant. If you don't know, she's behind the scenes. I can see her little face, and she's like, she's the one making things pop up on the screen or putting a link up and that kind of thing. But she's my assistant that is in my Facebook group. She's like manages that group, and so my members love Jenny, as do I. Love having her here. Anyway, so we go swim, and we went this morning at 8, and there was a man there, and he came over to the bench to sit by me. There's like 20 something people in the class. There's a lot of people, and he's really funny. He's Santa Claus too, every year. So if you kind of know what kind of like person he is. He's got that personality or whatever. Anyway, I had to entertain him with my dog's video. He was probably like, oh my gosh. Hi, Debbie. You attended a 40th anniversary of a church that you attended that showed me Christ's love like I had never experienced. It was great to connect with old friends. Oh, I love that. So this weekend, I put a post on Facebook, and this is one of my favorite questions to ask people. So in the comments, tell me, even if you already answered that question, if you had to stand on a stage and speak about something that you were passionate about, or for an hour, what is one thing what topic could you do that about? And there's no wrong or right answer. And it's not something you necessarily need to be trained in. A couple people put dementia because they've been through that with family members, which I was like, I mean, it's amazing that we do have people that we can reach out to because we feel like we're not alone. But I just love knowing. It tells me a lot about a person by them answering that question. So in the comments, tell me, what could you speak on if you had to speak in front of a group for an hour? That's a long time. Maybe not an hour, but you know what I'm saying. And while y'all are doing that, I'm going to pull up my video so you can see my baby girl. Oh my gosh. Look at my grandma, first of all. Is she not the cutest thing you've ever seen? She's so cute. We got to take her out to dinner the other day, and so that was fun. Eileen would be baking bread, pies, cupcakes, and pie. Girl, I would be your guinea pig. I would definitely sample for you in case you needed it. Y'all ready? This is Twiggy eating her little... This is her jumping at her bubbles. I mean, loving those bubbles. She's all about it. And this is her getting her Andy's cone. Oh, it was so fun. Michelle, Walt Disney tips and tricks. Girl, that is so needed. I mean, people need those tips because you don't want to waste your time. You want to do go right away to where you need to go and have all the tips and tricks. I love that, Michelle. Cool. Well, mine, of course, I would say lettering. Um, Jenny says the benefits of music on our attitudes, mood, etc. Ooh, I'd love to hear that, Jenny. Like, I would love to hear that talk because it's so true. Music really moves her. I love music too. Um, yeah, it can change your mood, and it can also put you in a bad mood if you're listening to the wrong music. Oh my gosh, that heavy metal, like, yeah, if you're next to a car and they're banging, you're like, got to get out of here. Donna said in the comments on the page, talking about Jesus, I can do anything. I can't do anything without him. Yes, amen to that. So if you just popped on, hello, we're doing Devos and Doodles. I just asked a quick question. What could you talk about if you had to talk about something for an hour that you are an expert in the subject? And it could be being a mom. It could be, being a caretaker, whatever it is. But I would say for me, creativity, I would say mental health, and how creativity can, just like Jenny said with music, art can and really change your attitude and your mood as well, for sure, for sure. Okay, let's get started on our new devotional. This is Words Are Golden. We are starting this. This is 5 weeks, and Jenny has the link. She's already put it in the comments. She started so you can get to it, and you can actually join us. Right now, we have 3 people that have joined us, so go ahead and click on it. If you click on it and you're usually able to join us and you can't, make sure you're logged in. That sometimes is the problem if you can't. And if you just want to find it yourself, you can do that and do it on your own. Hello, Lori. So Words Are Golden is where we're going to start. This is a day spring study, and it's a 5-day reading plan. Now, we only do it once a week, so you will do this with me once a week. So hopefully on the other days of the week, you have a different devotional that you're working on as well, because we want to be in the Word daily, right? That's our goal. Okay. I'm going to start with prayer. Okay. Heavenly Father, we come to you today and we just thank you so much for life and breath and the sun and all the gifts you've given us, the ability to do art for therapy, the music that moves people. We thank you, Lord, for our gifts, for the ability to be able to speak to people for an hour about a topic that probably could change someone else's life just by making them feel like they're not alone. Lord, I ask you to guide us as we go through this new study on Words Are Golden, and remind us that that you are in charge of our words, and we want to be obedient and think before we speak. In your name I pray, amen. Okay. April, I'm sure there's tons of things you could talk about. I already can think of one right now. Think about any challenges you've had in your life that you've overcome. I bet something will come to mind. Okay, words are golden. Abide. The definition of abiding is to remain in or stay. Imagine a plant with roots that are deep in the soil. As soon as the plant's taken out of the soil where it gets its source of nourishment, it withers. Jesus asks us to abide in him as he abides in us. If we don't dig our roots deep in the soil of who Jesus is, we will end up withering. For us to go and be the hands and feet and bring others to know who he is, we must spend time with him in his presence. In John 15, he gives us a beautiful example of a plant that bears and produces fruit. He is telling us that for us to grow, we must abide in him. This verse is beautiful, not just because Jesus calls us to be with him, but because he is telling us that he is with us. He is in us, and he will never leave us. He is where we get our source of joy, strength, endurance, and energy to go and live out a life that produces great fruit. This meaning of producing fruit is referring to the things that come from our life. It is not on our strength that we can be successful in living out the calling that is on our life. It is through abiding in Jesus that enables us to go out and live a life that is acceptable and pleasing in the eyes of the Father. As we live a life abiding in Him, He promises to abide in us. What's one step you can take this week to abide in the Lord? Okay, and here's a little prayer. Lord, I need you every second of my life. Help me to abide in you daily. Thank you for being so kind to choose to abide in me. Amen. And then if you click right here, this is the Holy Bible app, in case you're new, by the way. And my exposure is a little high here. Let me turn it down. I wanted to show y'all Twiggy's video. I had to turn the exposure up. Okay, so John 15:5 is what we're going to letter in just a second. And this is the scripture that is, hang on, let me see how many we have. Okay, so John 15 starts with 4. Remain in me and I will remain in you. For a branch cannot produce fruit if it is severed from the vine, and you cannot be fruitful unless you remain in me. Yes, I am the vine, you are the branches. Those who remain in me and I am them will produce much fruit. Okay, and then the next one's John 15. You didn't choose me, I chose you. I appointed you to go and produce lasting fruit, so that the Father will give you whatever you ask for using my name. 2 John 1, anyone who wanders away from this teaching has no relationship with God, but anyone who remains in the teaching of Christ has a relationship with both the Father and the Son. Y'all. Oh, and you can leave a little note here if you want us to pray for you or something. The Chosen. Oh my gosh, is anybody watching? I'm just dying to talk to people about this. Jenny's not watching. I'm just like, and then we went out to dinner with some people the other night, and they love The Chosen. I was like, okay, what do you think? And they're like, oh no, we're waiting. And I'm like, no, what are you waiting on? There's nothing to wait on. It's time to start watching it. There's only one episode left to be able to binge on the whole season. So, okay, it's time, y'all. It's time to get started. Okay. It's so good. I even got my husband watching it with me. It's hard to get him to like stay focused and watch something with me, but I've got him watching. Okay, here is our new little, let me get my camera set up better. One moment. Okay. This is what we're doing for the next 5 weeks. All right. How can you join me in doing this? Get a piece of scrap paper. You can do it on anything. Like you can, whatever I draw, you draw. Oh, that light is driving me crazy. How do I get that light away? Hold on. Let me see if I can move this over a little bit more. Okay, that's a little bit better. Anyway, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, pencil, whatever. You can grab paints and markers and all the things. We're not going to do all the coloring until the last week. But today we're going to start by doing our little, so I like to make a center, like where the words go, the topic of what we're doing. Okay. So the name of this study is called Words Are Golden and it's YouVersion. So I remember if I ever look back at this, I'll be like, oh yeah, it was that app user version. And here's what we studied. And this is when we studied it, because it's so fun to go back and look like, okay. And then today we're doing this. Okay. I am the vine. You are the branches. So you want to join us for the next 4 weeks so you can also work on this with us. It's so fun. All right. So I'm going to take you step by step. We're going to start. First, I'm going to make a new layer. Hold on. Hang on. Here's what I need to do. Okay. I've learned my lesson from the last few that I want to do it just like this, because when you look at it, last time I did it in a different direction, so that didn't help. Okay, here we go. Now, what you're going to do first is you're going to make a rectangle in the middle of the page. Again, you can use paper, you can use iPad, whatever. And y'all, if you have a friend that you know that might be interested in joining us, forward this to them. Have them join us every week. That would be really fun. And now I'm going to go ahead and pick a brush. I'm just using a brush pen because I just like, no, I'm not. I'm going to use my dry ink pen because it's my favorite. Okay. And in the center of the page, all you're going to do is draw a rectangle. Now, does the rectangle need to be perfect? I don't have my grid on. I wasn't worried about that. I just literally drew. What is wrong with me? I just drew a loose envelope or a rectangle. And I did turn this into an envelope because this month we're focusing, or this next month in July, and from now until then, we're going to start focusing on Happy Mail, which I'll show you at the end. My samples that I made for our Happy Mail challenge coming up. And then after you make your rectangle, then go ahead and do, sorry, a line down here to the middle of the envelope and a line over here, rectangle to make an envelope. We're making an envelope, okay? All right. So I'm not going to write inside the envelope yet. What I want to do now is I want to take that and then branch off and make lines. So each week we can fill in one of these spaces. All right. You want to make sure your lines are touching if you're doing it on the iPad, because you want to make sure that when you fill in your color that it won't bleed and go through somewhere else. So that's it. Okay. So layer one, if you're working on the iPad, is to draw that. If you're on paper, we're using your paper, same thing. And then you could use an erasable pen if you want. I love using erasable pens when I'm working on paper. And now I'm going to add a layer if you're on the iPad, and then I'm going to start writing in the words are golden, because that's the name of our study. And I love fitting the letters into the space. So see how I started small because it's smaller up here, and now I'm going to get bigger. I'm going to hold that down, and then I'm going to get taller because I'm trying to fill in the space. Make use of that space. Words. Hi, Angela. You're right on time. You're not late. When you get here is right on time, because we always have the replay. Words are, and then golden. And by the way, welcome to the membership. She joined last week. Yay. And then again, I'm filling in the space. I've been having so much fun with my ends lately. I don't know about y'all. Do y'all get on a kick where you just, this one letter you play with and change it up, and then it's all of a sudden your new way to write an N? I don't have as much space as I would just keep going with it, but okay. Now we're going to work in this square. I'm going to add a layer and work on a separate layer for this. We're going to start with drawing the pear. Okay. And to do that, let's see, I'm trying to think, if you're afraid to draw it, you could think of a circle and then another circle, and then like connect this and connect this, and then erase this. Does that make sense? Like that? Okay, I'm going to show you that again. So sketch it out first, do a circle, just barely draw it, and then another circle, and then kind of connect those up, connect that there, and then erase the inside that you don't want. Let me know in the comments if that was helpful. Now you've got your pear. Now we want to add some detail to that pear just so we know what it is, because without this, you may be like, that's a shape. Okay. So I'm adding a stem, and see that this little line right here makes a huge difference. It makes it look like the stem is coming out of it, right? Without it, it just looks so much better. Just one little line. And then we're going to do an arch, upside down arch. And that's it. How easy was that? Jenny says it was helpful. Woohoo! Yay! As long as I can help one person, it makes a difference, right? Yes, helpful to break it down. Good, Muriel. Awesome. All right. So now, again, I like to do my words on a layer and my art on another layer. And the reason for that is, if you're like, I don't understand why she does that. It's because when I work on the iPad and I color things in, it makes it a lot easier. Oh, Angela asked if that's Brittany. That's actually Jenny that's helping me. Brittany does the emails. I know that she welcomed you and everything. And so, yes, she's not on here. Sometimes not very often does she show her face. When she sent you the email, she had her picture. I was like, at least include your picture at the bottom. She doesn't love being on camera that much, but she's cute. She did put her picture in your email though. So welcome everybody. All right, next. So I'm going to change my pen. I want to make my, I'm going to do my script and then I'm going to make it. No, I'm not. I'm going to keep that pen, but I'm going to make it a lot smaller. And then I'm going to write, I am the vine over here. You are the branches over here. And then and this is from John 15:5. I'll write this down just so if you want to look it up so you can make sure that you have it in front of you. That might be helpful. Jenny, where are you seeing all these people? Where's Linda? How are you seeing everybody? Oh, I'm not seeing them on here. Do you see can you see on StreamYard that it's not showing everybody? Because you're saying hi to people that I don't see. So hello, everybody that Jenny's talking to that I didn't know was on here. Angela and Joan and Noreen. Welcome. That's crazy. Okay. So John 15:5 is where we're writing from. Take a screenshot of that, will you, Jenny? Just so I can look back at it later and try to figure out why. I'm sure I can't figure it out, but we'll see. Okay. I am the vine. Hello, Jackie. And this is just loose. This is just my cursive writing that I learned in school. Except I throw in a few new things like this right here to crossing my T. I turn it into an H. So that's kind of fun. Like that. And then vine, I mix my upper and lower case because it's fun. I told y'all about my new N that I'm just obsessed with. I don't know why. And then a semicolon. Is that a semicolon? Yes. It's been too long. I was a teacher too, y'all. That's scary. Okay. I am the vine. You are the branches. We're just going to come over here and put it in this space. You are again, I'm doing my fun T and H together. Oops. Tell me if y'all if you would rather color this in the same day. Hi, Beverly and Carolyn. Would y'all rather color in the same day or do you like it where I color it all in at the end? It's easier to color at the end, but maybe you would like to. It's nice to see new names and faces. I know, right? I agree. Okay, here we go. Those who remain in me. So now we're going to the center. Now I might make a new layer because I can easily move. If I needed to make something bigger or smaller, I could easily move it. Because I'm tracing like what I've already designed, I'm not going to have that problem as much. You color in one each week. I like it at the end. Okay, good. So everybody has a different thought. Donna likes to color it in each week. So y'all do whatever works for you. I think the iPad, it's easier to do at the end, but if I had a ton of people telling me you want me to do it each time, I will. Okay. Those, because I do like doing the whole thing, the same color thing too. Who remain. And as you're writing your scriptures, y'all, anytime you do this, be sure to verbally say it out loud. Is that a verbally and say it out loud? Is that one of those, what do you call that? Oxymoron? Is that, I don't know. Anyway, no, make sure that you are speaking it. You're reading it, you're speaking it, you're hearing yourself say it. It just absorbs into your memory so much better. And you will be surprised. When you need it, it'll just pop out and you'll be like, I didn't even know I knew that. Hi, Teresa and Pat. Welcome. and I, capital I, in them. And then them, I'm going to stretch it just to show y'all how to do a stretch. If you haven't done that before, T-H, I'm just stretching the letters out. So I'm going to go with T and then scoot it over, H, scoot it over, E, scoot it over, M. Will. It's tall letters. Produce much fruit. Did I say hi, Janet and Shelby? Hello, if I didn't. Produce. It's sad that my memory is that bad. But it's a lot of names. It's a lot of names. And I'm writing words. So I'm reading and writing and. But welcome, everybody. So glad you're here. If you're new, I'm Christy Darty. I teach hand lettering and doodling, and I love focusing my art on faith. And so every Monday at noon, I do Devos and Doodles. So put it on your calendar to join us. This is Central Time. Pay attention to your time zone, though. And then fruit is the last word here. And then crossing my T. And for a while, I wasn't happy the way I crossed my T. So you just practice. And you're like, do I like that? Do I like this? Do I want it to turn up this way and down that way? You just keep playing until you get it the way you want it. Okay. And there we have it. Now, if you wanted to go back in and make some heavy downstrokes, hi, Dorothy, Cheryl, Ruby, Stacy. If you want to do that, you could do that. You could even go in and add some block lettering if you wanted to, which I think is always fun. It's always good to be able to practice different styles. So there's that, which makes it fun when you do block letters because you can color it in, watercolor it in, or whatever, color them in different colors. That's always fun. Let's say we wanted to do, I'm not super in love with them right there. So I might make it smaller or something. There's something about it. It seems a little large for that space. So I'm going to move it down a little and I think I like that better. And I also did some just cross hatching, like as some of the doodles. Okay. So I'm going to make that on a different layer. I'm going to go back to the pear layer, but just to get some design on here, I'm literally like almost like a tic-tac-toe type of thing. Like that. And then down here, I did a couple more. And if this is not your cup of tea, please don't do it. You do you. You do what you like to do. But I do encourage you to try new things. So if this is like something you would never do, give it a try. You never know. I also love making like little crosses, like a little cluster of crosses to add some. So we could always add those at the end, or you could add them now, whatever you want to do. But just for fun, like if you're ever doing some kind of doodling project. In my Bible, I did this a lot with Bible journaling. Maybe you want 1 cross, 2 cross, 3 crosses, wherever you want it. So there's our doodle for today. All right. So this is what we did today. We started with, and I didn't write on here. So I encourage you to go back to that layer and write on there. This is from the YouVersion app, just so you can remember if you go back to it. And then I like to put, doesn't have to be the exact date, but it's kind of fun to put June of 24. Because you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I remember when I did that. And that was so-and-so time in my life. And God was really working on this in my life and that kind of thing. And then I'm just going to make an arrow like this because I have all that empty space and I just feel like it needed something there. So it's always fun to fill in with doodles to fill in the space. So this is week 1. And then we'll do I'll show you, let me show you the finished one again. This is a color palette that I found online that it was just something I saw. It was either a shirt or, um, who knows? Who knows what it was? Okay. Hi, Joyce. I've been wondering how the instruction is going to work for those of us that do not want to create on the iPad. All you do is you do the same thing. You just draw it. We're doing the same thing on the iPad. So just you can use your thank you. You can do the same thing on paper. Grab a piece of paper, grab a marker, and just sketch it out. And then on the last day, the 5th week, we color it together. And the difference in coloring is that you may be using watercolors where I'm using the iPad to. So everybody is able. Eileen, she's doing hers on paper first. So some people like do it on both. Some people don't have an iPad and they don't have any interest in the iPad and they just do it on paper. So for years I've done it on paper, which let me just show you in case you haven't seen. But so you can take what we did today. Let's say you wanted this to be a standalone piece of artwork. Say you didn't even want all the other stuff, but you wanted to join us and be a part of this and you wanted to write the scripture. You could take the same idea and put it here. Draw a pear, put your lettering in there, watercolor it, play around, right? Now in my lettering tribe, I teach both. So if we did this in my tribe, on paper, we would also do it on the iPad. Okay. Does that make sense? And I'm so excited. I have to show y'all real quick. Okay. Words are golden. That is important to know, right? And that's what we're working on for this next study. But I want to show you when I was thinking about what to choose, I was thinking, okay, Happy Mail Challenge. How do I choose a study that's going to tie in with Happy Mail Challenge? Because for the month of July, I am going to do a challenge that promotes snail mail, sending kindness, sending words of encouragement to people. And I want to ask you to participate. Now, whether you join my challenge or you do it on your own, that's up to you. I would love for you to join the challenge. If you join the challenge, I'm going to teach you my techniques on how to create these cards. And encourage you. I'm going to challenge you to make a list of people that you're going to send them to, and that kind of thing. So it's just, some of us do better with challenges and some of us want to be encouraged and inspired on creating things. And they want to know where I get all my supplies and all that kind of stuff. If you're interested in knowing more about it, or even if you don't want to be part of the challenge and you just want to know more about Happy Mail, type the word guide in the comments, and my free guide, it'll send you my free guide in Messenger to you, and it tells you a lot of fun secrets as far as my favorite things, like some of my supplies, but like making a little area where you're going to put your supplies so it's organized and you're ready to go, right? Or who could you send it to? Maybe you're like, I don't really know anybody out of town. I mean, y'all, my 92-year-old grandma sends me mail in town and she has my whole life. And I'm so blessed. She just sent me a thank you note 2 weeks ago, thanking me for getting her a birthday present. The sweetest thing. And I have her handwriting. Think about family, think about grandkids, think about, what about different places that would appreciate it? Charities, the children's hospitals, prison ministry. There's so many people that need a word of encouragement. Could you be? Thank you, Linda. Linda said the free guide is wonderful. I worked really hard on that free guide. It's like 8 pages, I think, and I'm really proud of it. I thought, surely everybody loves mail. That's right, especially when it's not bills, right? So if you want to type the word guide, it'll send it to your inbox. Here are some of the cards that I'll be making in the Happy Mail Challenge in case you decide to join us. It is not open yet. And when it does open, it'll be $15 if you're an early bird. It's very affordable, and you're paying for templates. So I'll be sending you some ideas of like you could trace or whatever. And then as an option on the side, I will have a kit that has the supplies to make the things that I'm showing too. So I try to make it work for everyone. Okay, where God guides, he provides. So imagine sending this. Who would y'all send this to? Who would you send this to? And then trust in the Lord with all your heart. This is my washi tape too, by the way, that will come in the kit if you get the kit. Here's a little angel blessings. I absolutely love. Oh, thank you, Eileen. Join, join, join. You'll love it. I love craft paper. I love coloring on there. And these are some new markers that look how vibrant they are on dark paper. That's a big deal. It's almost like it's like a paint. It's like a paint marker, but it's a brush paint marker. So I can't wait to share with that with you. This has my washi tape, got the little chapel, amazing grace, fun lettering and doodling techniques for you. So we'll be doing cards on cards and envelopes. I don't have the envelopes as samples yet to show you, but I'm going to be showing you how to make envelope liners. I'm going to show you how to create your own envelope. You'll be getting my design. So this is like new supplies. Yay. These actually are grabbies. Yes. But I actually am working on getting a different brand that I'm going to be demonstrating with too. So I'll share that with you, but I think it's the same kind of markers. But anyway, this is an envelope that I created out of my paper that I designed on the iPad. Does that make sense? It's so fun. Here's a card that I made as a sample, and then we're going to do envelopes that are fun like this. So if you're interested in learning how to make happy mail to send out, type guide if you want to get the guide to learn more. And then this is okay. It all started with my best friend when I had to move away when I was in 7th grade. It broke my heart. I thought my world is over. I mean, I can't believe I'm moving to a new town. I know no one. And so we started sending mail, and that just kept us connected. So I've always had a passion and love for happy mail. But y'all look, in April, was it April? In April, I got this in the mail, and I was like, what is this? We all need someone to remind us that we are treasured by God. Notes from above. And I was looking at it going, who's this from? Who's this from? I don't even know who it's from. And look how pretty their lettering is. And then I was looking at I was like, Phoenix, Arizona. Who do I know? Well, that could be a lot of people, because doesn't it go through, like when I send mail, it goes to Dallas, which is 2 hours from here, and then it comes back. It makes no sense, but it does. Okay. Then guess what? In May, I got a second postcard from an anonymous donor. God is able to deliver his promises to you in all circumstances. Like, this is like, I'm giddy over these things. I know that sounds crazy, but I am. And look how cute my address is. What a creative idea, right? And this one, I cannot read. I can't see what it's from. I just see that it says May. So April, May, and look, June. Look what I got in June. I got another card, and I still don't know who it's from. and I love that they put Crafting with Christy. My business is Create with Christy. So I'm like, it's someone that knows me, but they're probably not in my membership, because they probably like know like the exact name I'm thinking. And then look, Donna, Miss Donna's on here. She sent me this, and it just made my day. Look at her hand, y'all. It's her handwriting. Look, beautiful. By the way, Donna, beautiful handwriting. But she's on here, and she's so encouraging. She sends me happy mail often, and it means a lot. So if you want to make someone's day, I encourage you to get the guide, look into it. You don't have to send fancy mail either. You don't have to make your cards. Like, I don't want anything to trip you up from, oops. Sorry. I don't want anything to trip you up from not doing this. I don't want money to stop you. I don't want you not feeling like you're artistic. I don't want you to think I don't have anybody to send it to, because we have answers for all those things, right? So I would love for you to join us. And my goal is to send out 300 letters combined with all of you. Can you help me with that goal? Can you commit to 5 letters in the month of July, I think to August. Okay. July to August. Can you commit to 5 happy mails? As simple as a basic postcard, anonymous if you want, which I love. I'm like, am I going to get one in July? I love it. You got one from Donna too. Oh, if y'all get in the tribe and get friends with Donna, she might send you one too. Oh, I love it. Okay, I see one commitment. Jackie says she's going to send out 5. Anybody else going to do it with me? Angela's going to commit to 5. See, 5 plus, awesome. Awesome. So I would love for you to send out more. But if between the months of July and August, I can get people to send out 5 cards. And if you take a picture of them and show us, that'd even be more exciting. I'd love that. Yeah, I see some more. Okay, so now we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Jenny, are you in? 35. We have 35 cards out of our 300. All right. And you don't have to get started right now. The challenge will start, at it's later next month. And so but be thinking. This is for you to like start thinking about, who are those lucky people going to be? Donna's already, I'm sure you were already going to send out 5, so we could count a lot more for Donna, I bet. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Every week, this is the highlight of my week. I love Mondays at noon. Put it on your calendar. Join me next week, and I will have more. Yay, Anne! I will have more details about the challenge coming soon. All right. See y'all later. Bye.